Hi, I'm Tiffany Domino. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my website is howtoentrepreneur.org, and my mission is to help you grow a business from idea to enterprise. So if you or someone you know wants to start or grow a business, definitely stop by howtoentrepreneur.org and check out my free course. It's a framework to help you grow a business from idea to enterprise. So today we'll be talking about how to sell your art online, and I'll be answering the question, how do I sell my art online to make money? So we'll be going step by step through how you would sell your art online to make money. So if you've ever asked the question, how do I sell my art online, then being here will be a great relief, because that's what we'll be talking about. And here you'll get practical tips you can apply today to begin selling your art online. So don't you hate the term starving artist? Unfortunately, artists are placed in a category because they usually believe creativity and sales can't go together. But this couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, to cross the threshold from being a starving artist into a successful and thriving artist, you have to get sales. If you're asking the question, how can I sell my art online, then you're well on your way to making some positive decisions in your professional art career and breaking the mold of the starving artist. So hopefully this step-by-step guide will give you the ammo you need to begin selling online, maybe even today. So, as a little background story on me, I started diving deeply into the online world in 2014 to 2015 timeframe while I was active duty in the military. I had spent 9 years in the military, and majority of my time I was a single mom. So in 2010 I deployed to Iraq when my son was 4, and it was kind of a painstaking experience for me. As a result of being in the military, my son wasn't raised around my family, so when I deployed, it was very hard for him to adapt, and I had to send him from Texas, where we lived, to Ohio, where my parents lived, for the duration of my deployment. And I remember a period of time where he wanted me with him so bad that whenever I would call him, he would cry. And so in addition to being in the deployed environment, putting my son in that state of emotion was very difficult for me, and I felt like I was intentionally abandoning him or something. So I never wanted to do that again. So I explored options for how I could separate and still make a reasonable income. And there was a lot of buzz about online business, so I tried quite a few things. I've always been an artist and author at heart, but many points of entry into the online space promise that you'll be able to do your own business, but you end up recruiting people or selling products that aren't directly relevant to the target audience you were originally shooting for. So over the years, I've tried a lot, and we've had 2 startup businesses in my household, one general contracting business and another digital media company, where I found my outlet to share my creative abilities, and both have required digital marketing to get optimal leads and sales. So I wrote this article to save you some time and effort, and hopefully save you from having to try as many things as I did. So to get the preliminaries out of the way, first, if you are wanting to sell online, I would recommend that you create a budget. So some of the online store options or even online retailers will require you to pay monthly fees to list your artwork. So it's best to choose locations to list your artwork based on what you can afford, rather than putting yourself in a bad financial bind because you chose to list your artwork somewhere too pricey. So you can use an app like Every Dollar or Personal Capital that can help you track your spending and can help you get a handle on what your normal spending habits are. Then you can challenge yourself to stabilize your spending, and once you have consistent spending patterns, then you can also create goals with the excess spending, saving, and art selling goals. And an app like the Digit app can help you to automate your savings. So those are some things to look into. If you're interested in any of those recommendations, then you can stop by howtoentrepreneur.org/personal capital if you're interested in that one, or howtoentrepreneur.org/digit app if you're interested in the Digit app. So next, you want to create a schedule. So they say people like the creative people like to be spontaneous, and this is true for me, but it may or may not be true for you. I found that if I'm not intentional with my time, by maintaining a to-do list, prioritizing my day, and keeping a general schedule, my productivity goes down drastically. So as a result, rather than simply being entirely spontaneous with my day-to-day, I've chosen to be purpose-driven, and I think you should too. So even though most artists are considered to be spontaneous, we also see art as being a communication channel, a way to change perceptions, and a way to make impact. So accordingly, art is a priority, sometimes for our personal satisfaction, but also for others. So in order to produce optimally, we need to be disciplined with our time, how much time we spend creating, and how much time we spend sharing our creations with others. So even if you work full-time and you want to sell your artwork on the side, there are schedule ideas that can work for you. And you can use a bullet journal or a time management chart and be as creative as you'd like. Or you can use Google Calendar, whichever tickles your fancy. So the bottom line is you want to challenge yourself to create at a predictable pace, or otherwise said the slang way, through rain and shine, so you can stabilize a level of output and in turn stabilize a level of sales and income. So there are also some legalities you should consider. Like if you decide that you want to sell custom art like painting, portraits, murals, or specifically creating for a customer, if you decide you want to sell originals or high-ticket artwork, or if you simply want to avoid liability and loss, such things as a refund policy that protects you and your clients, non-disclosure agreements, and service agreements should be taken into consideration. And I recommend you seeking legal counsel through Rocket Lawyer to make sure you cover all of the legal things correctly. So once you've proven your concept by way of sales and market demand, you may also want to consider incorporating or getting a DBA, or assumed name, so you can be recognized as a legal business. So depending on which route you choose, you may be able to save yourself significant money with taxes. And I share a little information about the steps to incorporating your business if you decide you want to do it on your own in my article, How to Incorporate Your Business. And I also share how you can make the choice between a C Corp and an S Corp if that's a choice that you are in the middle of, in my article, How to Choose Between a C Corp and an S Corp. So I'll leave a link in the description box below to this article, and you can stop by and check out this full article and any resources included here, so that you can really start to hit the ground running and sell your art online. So you should check those two articles out, or get consultation for you by a company like Rocket Lawyer or Swift Filing. So I've included some reviews as well, because I've done video reviews as well as written reviews here at How to Entrepreneur that you can check out on Rocket Lawyer, Swift Filing, and InkFile. Rocket Lawyer offers you the consultation. It offers you contracts. You can do them yourself. You can get them reviewed by a lawyer. They offer you a lot of really nice features for how you'll be able to make sure your intellectual property is legally protected, and how to make sure that you're legally protected when you go into different business dealings. And Swift Filing will help you to incorporate and decide which structure is appropriate for your business. And InkFile does a similar thing, but you know, we each have our own preferences, so I've included two just so you can evaluate both of them and see which you feel most comfortable with. So added on to incorporating, you want to make sure that you also consider these 4 steps, because these are the 4 steps that will help you to sell your artwork online. So my #1 recommended internet marketing training, they teach you exactly these 4 steps. So first is choose an interest, build a website, attract visitors, and earn revenue. So step 1 is choosing an interest. So art has so many different types of media, subject matters, and genres. So it's important that you choose where you stand amongst your competition? What does your brand say about you? What can the market expect from you and your art? So an interest in the art sector usually answers the question, what problem does your art solve for people in the marketplace? And when you think about why people buy art, there's a problem they're trying to solve. So some patrons are looking to match their interior decor, some resonate with a message spoken through art, and some are art enthusiasts contingent on the style of the piece. So as an artist or art seller, you have to be clear about who your target audience is, what their buying motives are, and how you'll marry your continual creative strategy with the needs of your target audience and distribution. So before creating, you also want to be clear with an approximate quantity of people who are interested in the type of artwork that you produce. So this is going back to economic principles. You want to create a piece of artwork that's in high demand but also in low supply. And so you really want to make sure to do your market research to identify what are people online, what types of art are they looking for online. And for that, I like to use a tool called Jaxi, and let me show you how that would work. So in this tool, I've entered in buy watercolor painting, and as you can see, it's showing me the average amount of people that type this search in, and then it's also showing me several different keywords that people type into Google or Bing when they're looking for buying artwork online. So in this case, it's buy watercolor painting. So when people are looking for buy watercolor painting, then they're typing in these different keywords. So some people are typing where to buy watercolor paints, buy watercolor paints, art watercolor painting, best watercolor paintings, buy watercolor paintings, where to buy watercolor paint. So there's so many different keywords that people type into Google when they're looking for a watercolor painting. And you can even drill down and get even more specific than that, because sometimes people look for paintings of celebrities that they like, or all kinds of things. So I like to use this tool to just evaluate the demand in the market for the things that I'm considering creating. And so I recommend you trying out this tool as well. And I have the information for how you can do that in this article. So in the article, I do have affiliate links. So if you follow any referrals within this article, then I may get a commission. Some of them aren't affiliate links. Some of them are just simply recommendations because I know they're good products. But some of them are affiliate products. So if you did click the link and follow through and go to Jaxi to do your market research for selling your artwork online, then I would get a commission at no additional cost to you. But I would actually recommend you trying Jaxi through the #1 recommended training platform that I recommend, which is Wealthy Affiliate. So if you go to howtoentrepreneur.org/wealthy affiliate, you can create a free account and you can get training. You'll also get access to create 2 websites for free, and you'll also get free courses and 7 days of free coaching from me. So that is what I think is the best option for you if you are considering selling your artwork online. So let's keep going. So going back to Jaxi, this column tells you the average amount of traffic that you would get if you were to rank on the first page of Google for one of these keywords. So like, for example, best watercolor paintings. So if you were to rank on the first page of Google for best watercolor paintings, then that could bring on average, or that has an average search of 144 people searching for that per month, and 25 people would potentially land on your site. Now, this is to be taken with a grain of salt because these are averages and they change. But I usually like to go also over to the search analysis and enter in the same keyword, and let's see, best watercolor. And let's see what Jaxie brings up. Oh no, Jaxie. I don't know why Jaxie's not working for me right now, but anyway, basically what Jaxie will do is it'll show you what the actual search results are. So let me show you what it would do on a normal day. So let's put in best water best watercolor paintings, and as you can see, it's showing us several different search results. So this one is Instapainting, Udemy, best watercolor paintings. So what Jaxie would do is it would also tell us how long this piece of content is, how many words are in this article. It'll tell us the information for Bing. As you can see, this search engine I'm using right now is Bing, but it'll also tell us the information, what's the order of the articles and how they're ranking in Google, how they're ranking in Yahoo. It'll tell us how many backlinks, how many internal links are in the article, and those metrics help us to evaluate how tough it would be for us to get our article to rank within the search results. So unfortunately, I'm not sure why it's not working for me right now, but on a normal day, when it is working for me, then these are the things that it would populate and tell me, and this is how it would help us with our market research. So let's keep going. So you would see the average column, the traffic column, and the QSR is where it tells us how much competition is trying to rank for that same keyword. And the nice thing about Jaxie is it'll tell us whether or not that's a good idea. So as a rule of thumb, at Wealthy Affiliate, they teach you to look for keywords that have an average of greater than 100 and a QSR of less than 100. So that means that you have less than 100 people competing for the same keyword, and you have more than 100 people who are searching for this topic every month. So let's keep going. So next you would create your website. So there's several websites that you can list your artwork on. Many of them charge fees for your listing and possibly a percentage of sales. So some of these sites may be an advantage for you. However, all of them are like rented property. So if you decide to put your artwork on Etsy or on Amazon or on eBay or different places, all of those have their own terms of service. All of them are owned by a different company. So it's always best to have your own property as well, and that would be how your website would fit in context with everything. So there are rules and regulations you have to follow on those platforms, and if you go out of business and you're relying on, if they go out of business and you're relying on them, it's like you would have to start all over again. And sometimes you can even have something like where somebody accuses you of something falsely, and then they ban your listing until they finish their investigation or something like that. There's all kinds of scenarios that happen on those separate platforms that wouldn't happen on your own website. So you just want to, it's okay to distribute to separate websites, but you always want to have your own property as well. So I recommend multiple streams of income, starting with your own website and adding distribution partners from there. So when you create your own website, it's yours. Your patrons can get accustomed to finding more about you and your artwork from a platform that you control. Then in addition to your website, you can distribute your artwork onto other listings that can add multiple streams of income to your business. This is a safer route. I've seen people banned from large sites like eBay or Amazon, and they may not actually have been at fault. Sometimes getting banned happens, and it takes time for the investigations to pan out. So if you're relying on rented land and you get banned, it can be a very tragic experience for you. Now, it's not the most common thing to happen, but you can find people who it's happened to, and sometimes it's unexpected. They had a smooth flow of income coming in, and then they get banned, and then it's really abrupt for them. So you can't get banned with your own website. With time, you'll be able to build an email list and learn more about people who are interested in what you create, and your business can scale and grow as you tailor your craft to intrigue your patrons. So creating a website can be done in less than 30 seconds with site rubrics, which is why I love them. So this quick tutorial can show you exactly the process, and I've actually done a video how to create a website in less than 5 minutes that you can check out. At the end of it, you'll have a WordPress website. You'll have a WordPress website, which is the content management system that powers the majority of the websites online. So you'll have a completely 100% legitimate website very quickly. And you can create your account to create your website for free. It won't give you a website that the domain is registered under whatever name you want. It'll be on a subdomain instead. So the website would be more like sellmyartwork.siterubrics.com, but it'll give you a good taste of how the website builder works, of how WordPress works, and you'll be able to evaluate the feel of it. Then if you decide that you really like that, then you can transfer that to a paid domain of whatever domain name you like. So this is a good way to get started, low barrier to entry. You get to fill out how it would be to have a website, to edit it, everything like that, and go from there. So step 3 is attracting visitors. So once your website is set up, you'll be able to start adding content. And in the online world, content is king. So just like bricks and mortar create the stores of the offline world, in the online world, the sites are created from intellectual property, video, audio, written content. Somehow the sites and the businesses that are online are created by content. Content is king online. So more than anything else, good content is what causes websites to attract visitors. So you can't learn how to create good content that translates into continual website traffic everywhere. So many people search for information on how to be successful online. They run into scams, and unfortunately I can relate because I've purchased a gamut of training materials to learn online marketing, and since I've been doing How to Entrepreneur, I've done a lot of consumer protection articles as well to help people to avoid the same scams that I was running into for a while. So I know there's a lot of programs out there that will take your hard-earned money and really give you very low quality in exchange. So watch out for that. And people who teach you get rich quick tactics, a lot of times they'll say all you have to do is do this and then the money will start flowing in. That can pique your interest, but you really want to have a long-term sustainable business, and that takes some time to build those relationships, build trust with potential customers, and to learn the market demand and learn to satisfy that market demand. So my number one recommendation for in-depth learning on traffic generation and generally how to sell online is Wealthy Affiliate, like I mentioned before. So sometimes when you're on your journey, like the journey to selling your artwork, for example, it can get lonely. So it's nice to have a community of like-minded people in addition to having your training and in addition to having your tools. And like I said, I provide mentorship there through my coaching program at Wealthy Affiliate. So when you decide to sign up as a member, you'll get that for free for 7 days, and then after the 7-day period, if you decide to go premium, then you'll have access to all that the platform offers. So you can take a look at Wealthy Affiliate here. This is what the platform looks like. And as you can see, it's kind of like a social media style platform where people engage and network and share the success that they have. You can see people having different levels of success. This person is saying he has over 100 employees and freelancers now. This person earned their first $300. This person earned $35,000. So there's people with different levels of success here. And they're all sharing how they're able to get their results with selling online, with running their businesses online. So if you really want to sell your artwork online, this is a great community to be a part of. The tools, the hosting is here. So you'll be able to use the website builder like I mentioned. You can use that 100% for free to try it out and then transfer it to whatever domain you want. So this is the hosting platform, and you can also register domains. So if you're familiar with companies like GoDaddy or Bluehost or Namecheap, they all sell you a domain name, and Wealthy Affiliate is also a domain registrar. So you'll be able to purchase whichever domain you want and build your website using their website builder, which is really a proprietary thing. You can actually have a website live in 30 seconds. So Wealthy Affiliate has a lot of nice features, as well as they have live training. They have live training every Friday so that you get your questions answered about online marketing. And I also provide training at Wealthy Affiliate in addition to what is created by the staff there. I also provide training there as well to help you grow your business from idea to enterprise. I don't let go when I refer you there. So going back, so you would do your keyword research, and your keyword research will help you with creating your listing regardless of where you decide to create it. If you decide to create your listing of your artwork on your website, if you decide to create it on Amazon or whatever that is, you would have to do some keyword research to make sure that your listing would be found online, because the internet works off of bots and technology where Google is sending their spiders and bots over to your website or over to Amazon's listing, and they need to crawl it and be able to identify that the content you put on that listing is relevant to what their search users are looking for. And if you use the wrong keywords, then it won't pop up in the search rankings, because it'll look like your content or your artwork is not relevant to the end user. So most artists with a website would load their product descriptions based on their own creativity and their knowledge of their craft. And you may do a product description that is like, the title is "In the Heat of the Night," and the description is, "This art piece was created to show how difficult it can be to make decisions in the heat of difficult situations. I've used oil paint and layered paper mache to add depth. This piece will be a perfect reminder of how difficult decision making can be, and the size is 16 by 20. Now, while this description would make perfect sense from an artistic perspective, it does not sell, and it doesn't attract online visitors. So to attract online visitors, you have to use keywords and more description. And so you can see this listing from Amazon and kind of compare and contrast it with the one that I just mentioned here. And there are several potential keywords within the description that a search engine user might use. For example, they have the keywords hand-painted wall art. They have hand-painted oil painting. They have modern canvas wall art or wall decoration painting. All of those are keywords that someone may search if they're looking for all artwork online. So let's try it out. So let's go to hand painted wall art. Okay, so now you can see some people will search with very specific things like hand-painted wooden wall art, hand-painted metal wall art, and that can be an area that you decide to hone in on once you identify what the market is looking for. But as you can see, this keyword that the person used in that listing is relevant and has lots of demand online, and so it will be, you would have to know those details as well, and Jaxie can really help you with that. So you would go from there. You would create your content around the keywords. So when you create your product descriptions with titles, meta tags, and descriptions using the keyword, you would have to use that keyword in a way that doesn't bend the English language or doesn't sound awkward, but would suffice to accomplish the goal. So you'll want to use a tool like Jaxie or the Google Keyword Planner to get insight into the search volume for various keyword combinations and to choose the keyword that best suits your sales and traffic goals. So then you'd also want to promote the content where your audience is. So Facebook is popular, Instagram is popular, and LinkedIn is popular, but simply because those are popular doesn't mean that's where your target audience may be. So you may find more of your target audience on Pinterest or on SlideShare or on Instagram or somewhere else, and you'll have to do some research. You want to look at your competitors and see what's working for them, and the goal is to share your content on platforms where your target audience is. So step 4, you'll be looking to get revenue. So that's the part that is the ultimate goal of all of this. So getting revenue is a culmination of all of this. And with WooCommerce installed on your WordPress website, you'll be able to get your money from PayPal, Stripe, or other electronic payment processors. And once the website traffic starts coming to your site regularly, you are likely to experience a very lucrative business if you stick with it. So some final words answering how do I sell my art online to make money. So the goal of this video was to show you the steps for how to sell your artwork online and to earn revenue. So hopefully this video answered the question for you very clearly and concisely. And the process can be very rewarding and fulfilling, especially if your artwork is a passion of yours. So if you have questions or concerns about this, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. I would love to help you out. And if you like what you saw here and you'd like to start or scale a business, definitely check out my free e-course. It's a framework to grow your business from idea to enterprise, and I have details about it at the end of each post, or if you go to my menu at the top, you'll see free course, Start or Grow a Business. So that's how you can get signed up for that e-course. So now it's your turn. Have you sold art online before? What was your experience? Did you follow this process or an alternative process? And how did that work out for you? Leave your comments and questions below. And if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more like it, where I do product and service reviews, buyer's guides, as well as growth strategies like this one to help you grow your business from idea to enterprise, then subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos. So that's all I have for this video, and I'm really hoping to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.